So many victims, so many cases that have gone cold. For those who feel that their loved one has been forgotten, always know that someone somewhere is working to get these cases solved. From cold case units to true crime channels, every effort is being made to find the key that will unlock the mysteries of those murdered or missing. Each story gives us a unique insight into the lives lost and their families' journey for justice. Sharing the details of these heartbreaking events gives hope to those still searching for answers, and in some ways acts as a reminder to always take as many precautions as we can to stay safe. Donna Mako's murder is one such case. The life of the 19-year-old beauty from East Windsor, New Jersey, was tragically and brutally taken on February 26, 1984. The decades-long search for her killer ended in 2023 when DNA analysis conclusively confirmed that Nathaniel Harvey was responsible for the sexual assault and murder of Donna. Eye on Justice featured Donna's case over a year ago as an example of one family's perseverance in the battle for justice. Donna's sister, Julie Berger, never gave up and worked with law enforcement to finally get the answers that she was so desperately seeking. Recently, Julie, who was the last to see her sister Donna alive, reached out to us to let us know that Donna's story continues with an in-depth look at the case on investigation discoveries on the case with Paul Azan. If you would like to learn more about Julie's journey to find her sister's killer and the work by investigators that culminated in the identification of Harvey, we highly recommend that you follow along with Zahn as she takes us deep inside the case. We will put a link to a preview of Donna's case in the description box below. To view the full story, look for episode 6 of season 28. For those of you that would like to see our coverage of Donna Mako's case, please keep watching as this update will segue into the video. We would love for all of you to keep the discussion going in the comments section. Let's keep Donna's memory alive, and let's keep fighting for justice for every victim. As always, thank you for watching and supporting this channel. Until the next one, stay well and be safe. This has been Gina Hemmer for Eye on Justice. This is Donna Mako, and we want to tell you her story. Not because her case is unsolved, but because we feel it's important to remind everyone that no matter how desperate or bleak a situation might appear to be, there is hope. Cases get solved. People find closure. Donna's case is solved because no one gave up. And that sort of belief is why we started this channel. The determination of victims' families, the investigators that never give up, the DNA technology that continues to advance year after year, and the tireless efforts of keeping the faces of victims and their stories at the forefront are helping to solve more and more cold cases every day. No victim should ever be forgotten, as justice will prevail. Once in a while, we will read comments such as, "The case is too old," "Witnesses are too fearful to ever come forward," and lastly, "The DNA is too degraded to ever get a match." While all of these things can affect so many of these cold cases, there are victories happening in laboratories and courtrooms all over the world. This brings us to the case of 19-year-old New Jersey victim Donna Mako. Her case was recently solved after almost 40 years, In May of 2023, it was announced that her killer had been identified. The Central Regional Cold Case Task Force, located in Hopewell, New Jersey, took one more look at Donna's case. Using every available resource and their expertise, they were able to say conclusively that Nathaniel Harvey murdered Donna in the early morning hours of February 26, 1984. This is how Donna's case unfolded. Donna lived in her parents' basement apartment in East Windsor. She worked as a legal secretary and was hoping to pursue a career in modeling. The evening of Donna's murder, she and her 14-year-old sister Julie watched movies until 2 a.m. Julie was tired and decided to go upstairs to bed. It's unknown how soon after the attack on Donna took place. Authorities knew that Nathaniel Harvey lived close to Mako, and his MO was to enter unlocked homes where he would then hold captive and sexually assault young women. In 1978, Harvey was charged with rape, assault with intent to rape, atrocious assault, battery, burglary, and lewdness of a woman in Middlesex County. He was convicted of 4 of these charges in March of 1979 and was sentenced to 15 to 20 years in prison. He was paroled in 1983 after serving just 4 years of his sentence. As the investigation into Donna's case moved forward, analysis of the crime scene moved Harvey to the top of the authorities' suspect list. There was no forced entry. Donna's things were strewn about the apartment, and traces of semen were found in her bedroom. Blood-stained clothes indicated a fierce struggle. Donna and her car were both missing. The family said they never heard any commotion coming from her apartment that night. Not long after arriving at the scene, authorities found Donna's blood-stained car a mile away at a local sewer plant. Donna's purse was inside the abandoned car, and none of its contents were missing. It was noted that the car was within walking distance of Harvey's home at the time. Authorities questioned Harvey several times about Donna's disappearance, but were never able to extract enough information to charge him. Even though they had a semen sample, the test results came back inconclusive. DNA technology wouldn't become a forensic tool for identifying or eliminating suspects for nearly a decade later. Leads in Donna's disappearance were drying up fast, and the case went cold. In the meantime, Nathaniel Harvey would continue down his dangerous path of violence and murder. Just 14 months after Donna went missing, 37-year-old Irene Schnapps was sexually assaulted and murdered in her apartment on June 17, 1985. Schnapps, who had been a widow for just 10 months, was found on the floor of her blood-soaked bedroom by a co-worker. Her skull was fractured, her front teeth had been knocked out, her jaw broken, and there were deep pressure marks on both sides of her neck. There was evidence of an attempt to wipe Irene's body clean with a pillowcase. The instrument used to beat her to death was a hammer-like object. The hunt for Irene's killer would go on until October 28, 1985, when Nathaniel Harvey was arrested for attempting to kidnap a 13-year-old girl in West Windsor. A search of Harvey's vehicle produced a watch matching the one taken from Irene's apartment. A more thorough examination of the vehicle provided a sneaker print that was also a match to the bloody print found at the scene. Authorities said Harvey admitted to killing Schnapps. He entered her apartment through an unlocked patio door in a burglary attempt. While stealing Irene's watch and other jewelry, she awakened and a struggle ensued. Harvey sexually assaulted Irene, beat her, and choked her for over an hour until she was dead. Harvey was convicted of Irene's murder and sentenced to death in October of 1986. The conviction was overturned on appeal after Harvey claimed he was never given his Miranda rights, and there were also deficiencies in the jury charge. The New Jersey Supreme Court cited that the jury should have been asked to decide whether or not Harvey intended to kill Schnapps, or only to cause serious bodily harm. In Harvey's second trial, the state presented new DNA evidence that matched Harvey's blood with blood droplets found at the scene. A jury again convicted Harvey of purposeful or knowing murder and imposed the death penalty. New Jersey abolished the death penalty in 2007, and Harvey appealed once again. Harvey professed his innocence, and his attorney at the time claimed that the DNA evidence from the case was badly botched, and the entire investigation was flawed. The case went to the state Supreme Court, which ordered new DNA testing, and in 2015, Harvey won the right to a third trial for Schnapp's murder. He was 70 years old when he died in prison, awaiting trial. While Harvey's court battles were going on, there were developments in Donna's disappearance. For more than 11 years, Donna remained missing. Her family never lost hope that she would be found alive. They used their very last dollar trying to find her. The not knowing destroyed the family. Donna's sister Julie said, "There's something worse than death, and that's a missing child. When you have a missing child, there's no moving on." Donna's mother, stepfather, and older sister would all die before ever knowing what had become of her. In April of 1995, a Boy Scout troop leader found Donna's skeletal remains in a wooded area by a farm in Cranberry, where Harvey briefly worked around the time Donna disappeared. Although authorities suspected Harvey, they still only had circumstantial evidence. Without conclusive DNA results that put Harvey at the scene of Donna's murder, the case would continue to stay cold. Then, in 2023, New Jersey Attorney General Matthew J. Platkin and the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office announced through the hard work of the Cold Case Task Force they were now able to identify Nathaniel Harvey as the person responsible for the sexual assault and murder of Mako. Upon further investigation, the task force experts were able to determine that the original autopsy that identified Donna's cause of death as a gunshot wound to the head was now inconclusive. It is now listed as a head injury. After re-examination of evidence and the advancements in DNA testing, authorities could finally say without a doubt that Harvey was a match to evidence collected from Donna's crime scene. As technology continues to grow by leaps and bounds, it affords us a chance to bring some solace to victims' families. With the investigation brought to a close, Julie was able to receive Donna's remains and give her a proper burial. Before we move on to other victims awaiting justice for crimes committed against them, let's take a moment to remember Donna Mako and honor her life that ended all too soon. May she rest in peace. And to all the evil, malevolent, and wicked individuals who think that they have beaten the system, let this case serve as a reminder: justice never sleeps. Are you obsessed with true crime content? Subscribe now and join our growing community as we analyze and discuss the details of some truly baffling cold cases. Browse our growing library of cold case investigations and immerse yourself in the mysteries that keep us up at night. Subscribe and join the EOJ community today. All it takes is a click.